part one of my shifting series. My name is Anika. I'm from the multiverse system. If you need more context, go to part 0. Okay, so this is my under family DR. This DR is a special place in my heart because it was a really, really long time that I've been there. 16 years in that DR. Well, 15. It's just getting close to 16 now. When I first woke up, I was a baby. I did a little bit of scripting, but not too much. So the things that are gonna be scripted is a family talk, because there's this really cool video on YouTube by one creator. I'll tell their name on the description. That made it an ASMR of like a family of yandere and like and like a family talk and stuff. So this is not based off that, but because we already have yanderes in the world, it's just made me really inspired to make this DR. So trigger warnings, and there's gonna be mentions of death and a lot of hard topics, and if you're not able to hear that right now, please click off. I'm not gonna be super specific, it's just gonna be vaguely talked about, but it's still I know that it can be hard for some people, so yeah. So when I was born, like the first memories are a little bit fuzzy because I was a baby, but I was developing very quickly, of course, because I'm a shifter. So by the age of 1, I was feeling pretty good. Like I was learning how to walk, and I was already able to like make simple sounds, which was really fun. It's hard to believe how hard it is to operate a body when you're this small. Like your hands are so inaccurate. Like you try to grab something in your hand is like, I don't know how to explain it. You move like a freaking doll. I had 2 older sisters, Marie and Louise. Marie was 5 and Louise was 3. And from the start, it was a little bit strange. Our mom and dad's dynamic was pretty weird. Like they loved each other, but like dad was always scared, a scaredy cat, and like was really. No, this isn't my CR parents. This is my DR parents, by the way. And he was just scared all the time. When he would talk to us, he was also kind of scared of us, which was not fun. But he seemed a little bit more calm with me, maybe because I was a baby. But sometimes he would hold me and tell me how sorry he is. He would like cry and say, I'm sorry, you have to grow up like this, which was very disturbing and pretty sad. But I think he knew my fate. And my sisters were very cute, to be honest. Like they were so nice. Like again, this was an Ayanoishi kind of situation where they're emotionless until they meet their beloved and like stuff like that, but they were still very cute because they, even without emotions, they were trying to understand like how to be, and they imitate the mom's behavior, which was like being sweet, even though she wasn't the sweetest person, but she was sweet enough. I don't hate her, I actually like her. She's really cool. This was a weird stage because they like really, you could see that they just got together. So 2 years went by and it was my 3rd birthday, and this was the first time that the mom has trusted the dad to be around other people. So she I had my birthday in the backyard, a very big one at that. She invited a lot of family, and even the dad's family. Or were they? Yeah, they were there, but they left early because of the incident, basically. Everybody started coming in. It was very fun. There was a lot of presents, a lot of happy energy, I guess. No, this was I don't know if I mentioned this. This was a neighborhood full of yanderes and their victims or families or whatever. Like this was a neighborhood full of them, and it was under the radar. Like the police didn't know anything about it and stuff like that. This was on the second wing of the inner world. Our inner world has rings, and they were in the second ring. it's basically like you have a map and like you cut them up into rings, and like it's basically just a normal world, and it's just separated by consideration. I don't know. Basically everything was fine, and then the whispers started coming in, just about this girl in the family named Ashley. Now this didn't get to the dad's family, but the Ashley was a part of the family, and she was an early bloomer. She was 13, and she fell in love with Matthew, 16. Now, obviously, this didn't work out, and then it got to a point where it got problematic, and it somehow ended by that Matthew was killed, and she tried to end it, and somehow the family managed to make it look like an accident, and so because it was an accident, in quotes, it was fine, and like the girl got treatment, he got treatment, but he died, yeah, and she was fine. She was taken into hospital care. Guess by whose hospital care? The neighborhood hospital care. You know what that means? Yonder is on yonder is. So basically she was fine. She needed help, and she became very quiet after that, and that's where like they stopped gossiping about what was going on, because there was this beautiful lady, which was the sister of the daughter of the sister's grandma, from the mom's side. The daughter of the grandma's sister, yeah, the daughter of the grandma's sister. And she was this beautiful lady named Caroline, and she had a brilliant idea of bringing her husband in chains. Now this was very late in the party, so thankfully the dad's family wasn't there anymore, but like the poor dude was like, he wasn't in a good state. Like he was mind broken. Like he was making animal noises. He wasn't like responding and everything. And they basically sat in one of the tables, and like he started making a fuss, which she apologized for, because she said that she thought he was very calm that day. He didn't seem calm from the start, to be honest. And these two had 3 children as well. And then Andrea, Sylvia, and Cicely. And she was pregnant of another child, which in the future will be called Lola. So it ended in this ruckus of like the thing with her husband. By the way, I don't know if you need to know this, but his name was James, and I always forget his name. This is gonna be a lot of names, so this is gonna be hard to keep up with, but try. Some of these names you don't even need to remember, it's just for you to know. Actually, there's a lot of names that you will need to know. Louisa isn't that important, and Marie is more important. It's very crazy. There will be stories about Louisa. So that was fine, the party ended, I got to open a lot of gifts, we got to eat good food, and the dad didn't look horrified for once. Well, for half of the party, the other half, it was, again, just a scaredy cat, crybaby. Not in a bad way, just, yeah, not shaming him. So 2 years pass, and we get to the age of 5. When I was 5, when I was 4, she let the dad go to a job, like go back to his job, and that's started a new problem. So when I was 5, he had a work trip, but of course the mom wouldn't let him go alone. So we all went, because it was really important for his job. As she said, a little family adventure. And it was okay till we got to the part where we had to meet the co-workers. Like, we got a flight, we went on a little bit of a cruise, then we had a little bit of time in the hotel, and they had us pool, so we had fun, even though we had a pool at home as well. It was a very rich neighborhood. And we were just having fun, eating ice cream and all. until we got to the part where we needed to go with Dad, because Mom decided that she was going to stay right next to the door of the meetings, like sitting there listening, spying. So yeah, we went to one of the meetings, it ended, and then the dad came out with his co-worker out of the room with a couple of others, and the mom started getting like a little bit pissed off, but like she wasn't showing it. And then the co-worker decided to follow us out of the building, having casual talk. Let's just say that it didn't end well, and yeah, not fun. It was actually very sad because the co-worker didn't do anything. I'm not gonna explain too much in detail because it was really not fun. All you need to know is that she's ground beef. Oh, but guess what? She did do something, because later on, I still feel bad for her. But later on, I found out that like she was trying to flirt with him, but that's still not a reason to kill her. I don't know. It doesn't justify it. And so that trip ended early because of what happened, because she was found, the co-worker. So yeah, we had to go. We went back home, and that was that for that year. When I was 6, I started going to elementary, and there wasn't so much interesting in this year other than the fact that like I started seeing more of the family. I started like seeing the cousins, the other people more. They became like very frequent because they moved closer to us. So I mostly have like memories of playing with them and having fun, or as fun as it could be. We're playing Barbies. They're just dolls. I just call them Barbies because, you know, dolls. We were playing dolls, and we always play like those toxic couples with the other killing like everybody, and yeah. So that was fun. Now the family situations were crazier than you think, because there was a lot of craziness going on, especially because not all the others cared for their children, and some of the situations were more complicated, like with Lady Caroline, which had her husband in chains, and he was also mind broken. And I'm sure that there were worse situations that I just didn't look into too much. Like, there are a lot of situations. There was one family that the mom didn't care about the children like at all, and there were a lot of situations there. I won't get too much into it unless you want me to. So this is the end of part 1. I'll make a part 2 very soon.